Hello, beautiful people. So today we'll be having a soul-to-soul conversation. But before that, I would like to say something to you before we get into the scripture. So I know that you're tired, and I'm not talking about the kind of tiredness that sleep fixes. I'm talking about the kind where you did the thing, you showed up, you served, you prayed, you gave, and instead of feeling full, you feel emptied out. And maybe you've been quiet about it because, who do you tell? Everyone thinks you may be fine. You are the strong one, the faithful one, the one people come to whenever they have problems. But some nights you just want to lie down and not get up. But today I want to sit with you. So there is a man in the Bible who felt exactly like this. His name was Elijah. And here's what gets me in about his story. It's not that he was weak or unfaithful. It was the opposite. So he had just had the biggest win of his life. He stood alone against 450 prophets of a false god, and God showed up for him. Fire fell from the sky, and the whole nation saw it. And the very next chapter, he was running for his life, sitting under a tree in the wilderness. And he said to God, I have had enough. Take my life. That was after a victory, which tells you something important. Burnout doesn't wait for your weak moment. It comes for you right after your strongest ones too. Now, have you asked yourself what God did with Elijah? He didn't scold him. He didn't remind him about the fire that fell from heaven the day before. He did not say, after everything I just did for you, this is how you respond. He just let him sleep. Then remember, in the scripture, an angel touches him and says, get up and eat. There is bread, there is water. And Elijah eats and lies back down and also sleeps again. God actually did this twice before he says one word about the future. Now, think about it. Before God gave Elijah a single instruction, a single mission, a single word of correction, he fed him and also let him rest twice because he knew something Elijah didn't know about himself yet. Let me tell you something. You cannot hear God clearly from a place of total depletion. Rest wasn't a delay to the plan. Rest was the first part of the plan. Listen, and then something happens that I think gets skipped over too fast. God doesn't show up in the earthquake. Elijah's looking for God in the loud, dramatic thing because that is what he's used to. But God comes in a whisper. Some translations call it a still small voice, and I think that's a tone for a lot of us too. We think God only meets us in the win. We think he meets us in our breakthrough and the moment everyone is watching. But sometimes he's not in the noise at all, he's in the quiet. After you finally stop performing and just let yourself be exhausted in front of him, that whisper doesn't ask Elijah to explain himself. It just asks, what are you doing here? Not as an accusation, but as an invitation to be honest. So if this is you right now, if you're feeling like you're empty and you have been too ashamed to say it out loud, here is what I want you to take from Elijah. You're allowed to say, I have had enough, and not have that be a crisis of faith. It's honesty. You're allowed to sleep before you strategize. Rest isn't the thing standing between you and your calling. Sometimes it is the very first step of it. And you don't have to look for God in the fire. He might be waiting for you in the quiet after you stop trying to be strong enough to earn his attention. So, wherever you are right now, under your own broom tree, wondering if anyone sees how tired you really are, He sees you. God sees you. And before He asks anything else of you, He just wants you to rest.